Let's begin, shall we? Jump right back on into the action. Now, if I remember correctly, we had a couple of things to do. But to let you all know what I was doing, I was grinding up our Pokemon. Specifically, like, just evolving shit. Because we, you know, we're missing a total of 31 from the Pokedex. So, we're getting there. A moon ball. It's a ball from the moon. A dream ball. Why is it a dream ball? Because it's so dreamy. Anyway, before we actually jump into doing, you know, the Crater of Paldea stuff, let's finish getting to know our teachers. There's a little bit more backstory, probably, to figure out as we become BFFs with teachers. So let's do that. Okay. Who do you want to do next? Do we want to do... do we want to do the gym teacher, the language professor, or history professor? Who do we want to become BFFs with next? History? Got it. Yes, Crow from Class 1A. The way you conduct yourself in my class and the answers you give to my questions, I admit they pique my interest. You're quite the interesting pupil, I must say. Tell me, Crow, given a choice, which do you prefer? Things of old or things that are new? I prefer older things. Ah, so you prefer the things of the past, do you? The potential I saw in you was real after all. Yes, this one may indeed be of good use to me someday. Aw, she's got a, is that a Marshadow, hairpin? Marshadow aren't even in this game. You can disregard that. I was simply thinking out loud. I enjoyed our little conversation today. You have my thanks. Miss Ryfort. Alright. Whoa, we went sliding there. Alright, now where is she gonna be? In the entrance hall! Apparently, if you're actually interested in it, there's a lot of books here in the entrance hall that you can read to get more information, more facts. There's just a lot of stuff you can read from these books. Why, if it isn't Crow from Class 1A, are you perhaps interested in the rest of the old tale I told you in class? I am. It is convenient that you would take the bait I presented in class. A vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. After obtaining these 4 treasures, the king's castle was destroyed. Why, you ask? Because these 4 treasures were actually 4 Pokemon. As these Pokemon were passed from human hand to human hand as treasures, they slowly became tainted by hubris and greed. Finally, after coming in contact with the rapacity of the king at that time, they awakened as disasters and began to rampage out of control. The king called for renowned Pokemon wielders to defend the country, and after a fierce battle, these incarnations of disaster were quelled. It is said that these 4 Pokemon were then sealed away somewhere in Paldea. Oh, I already have them. So what do you think? Would you say the story is just make-believe? Nah. Very astute of you. I have read many historical disaster reports, personal journals, and the like. There's much to support the truth of this story. If I am able to prove the story's veracity myself, I will be sure to let you know. Oh, I've already done that, Mr. Ryford. In fact, I can show you. They're in my Pokédex right now. Oh, Mr. Ryford's still here. Cool. The time has come. The cursed treasure. The 4 Pokemon of Ruin. They exist. And I stumbled upon the truth in the newspaper of all places. Ha! In an interview piece with a carpenter, no less. The Pokemon Yielders apparently use sacred stakes to seal these treasures of ruin in shrines. There's a separate shrine for each of the 4 Pokemon, and 8 stakes driven into the ground in the area surrounding each shrine, keeping the power of ruin at bay. See, look. The game actually tells you what these things are if you actually bother to talk to people. Who would have thunk? In other words, if all the stakes of a given shrine were to be removed, it would release the Pokemon held inside. Don't you think it would be nice to free those Pokemon from the confines of their tiny little shrines? Yes. A kind soul, I see. You're proving truly useful. Is Ryford an evil person? According to a descendant of the Pokemon wielders in the story, you must have a bond with Pokemon in order to remove the stakes. I'm sure someone as Pokemon savvy as yourself would have no trouble at all with that. Ah. I'd go myself, of course, but skipping out of my class to go adventuring seems to have made the director a little suspicious of me. You can think of it as part of your treasure hunt. Treasures of ruins are still treasures. Please investigate them. Alright, see? Now, like, look how easy this would have been if we actually talked to her, like. Look! Oh, hey, look! Here's the Grass Wither Shrine. Oh, hey, look, the Ice Rend. Oh, hey, look, the Ground Blight. Oh, hey, look, the Fire Scourge. Grow, did you find any of the treasures of ruin? Yes. Uh-oh. RIP Internet! Is it actually my internet, or is it OBS? Frickin' lol. It's the internet again. Well, no, I think it's OBS. It's not my internet. And there we go. All right. That time, I don't think it was my internet because OBS just completely stopped connecting as opposed to losing bits. That was Twitch. Anyway, did we find the treasures of ruin? Yes. Oh, you got Ting Lu, the vessel of ruin? Oh, how interesting. I simply cannot keep my curiosity under control. Judging by its shape and size, this vessel was almost certainly not for everyday use. Perhaps it was a work of art? Or, better yet, a ritual artifact housing some sort of deity? I feel there must be some meaning behind those horns and the designs resembling eyes. Could it be this artifact was fashioned after the deity's very appearance? This mystery goes even deeper. Ah, my thirst for knowledge is slowly being quenched. You look like you have something more to report. What is it? Oh, you caught Chin Pao, the Sword of Ruin? A Oh, how interesting. I simply cannot keep my curiosity under control. The sword's blade and hilt form the Pokemon's left and right fangs. I wonder if the sword broke when it became a Pokemon, or perhaps it was the other way. It was always that way. No, wait, I cannot imagine the king wanting to buy a broken sword. Maybe it was some sort of weapon that was meant to be used in this broken state? Ah, this mystery goes even deeper. Oh, you've got something else? Yes. Oh, you got Wu Qian, the Tablets of Ruin. How interesting. I've never seen so many wooden writing tablets strung together. It must have been an epic tale. Most excavated tablets are tantamount to graffiti or simple memos. Still, valuable tools for learning about the past, but nothing like this. Her hair has a twitch. I can't read it, but given the length, it must be a story, yes. Or perhaps the words of a curse. If only the words weren't faded, how frustrating. These wooden tablets pique the curiosity of a king. What might have been written on them? I have more to report. Oh, you caught Chi Yu, the beads of ruin. Oh, beads like these were thought to be sacred and thus were worn during religious rituals. I believe they were most often worn as a single bead on the neck, like a pendant, but it seems Chi Yu has 4 of them. Were the beads worn in pairs, like on the ears and wrists, or were the rituals perhaps performed by 4 people? What on earth could have caused beads such as these, originally used to ward off disaster, to become harbingers of disaster themselves? Seeing part of history with my own eye fills me with joy. I thank you, Crow. This is simply amazing. You have now reported back to me with all 4 of the treasures of ruin. I never thought that you would be able to do this much for me. You have my thanks. I would have liked to go looking for the treasures of ruin myself and make them my own. But I suppose it was precisely because I sent you, someone with a pure heart, that we were able to accomplish this feat. They may be the treasures of my dreams, but I will allow you to have them. For now. Nasty plot. Is this trying to tell us that she was trying to plan our ruin? Stimulates its brain by thinking bad thoughts. Hey, you truly are an interesting one, aren't you, girl? I hope you don't mind if I continue to keep an eye on you. If you ever have trouble with them, I'll take them from you. Alright, who's next? Gym teacher or language professor? I think we should keep an eye on her. Nope, that's not you. There we go. Oh, Crow. Did you come all the way to the staff room just to see me? All the way here? Aha, it seems I finally made it into the hearts of my students. That makes me Trey happy. After all, like I said in class, communication is very important. If there's anything you're confused about in class, or if you're having trouble here at the academy, you can always come to tell me, Tonami Salvatore, your friend Salvatore, that is, we. I know I sent this to you in a message earlier, but did you know you can actually fail the Elite Four interview if you answer incorrectly? Like, for instance, if you're like, why are you at the Elite Four? If you tell them if it's for fun, you fail immediately. People are like, so you have to lie. Yeah? Is that a Fido? Is that a Palmy? Ah, it's a Palmo. Crow, I'm in a bit of a pinch. Take a look at this. This Palmy really doesn't seem to be feeling well. I don't know if the poor thing can even stand up. What should I do? Use a potion. Oh! Oh, right, I could use a potion. Do you have any? What if we didn't? This'll fix you right up, my friend. Potion power, go! Aw, he's smiling. Phew, that seems to have done just the trick, just in the nick of time. This Palmy doesn't appear to belong to a trainer. Could a wild Pokemon have wandered onto the Academy grounds? Still, I can't just leave it here alone without anyone to make sure it's okay. It is decided then that I, Salvatore, will have to lend all of the helping hands I have to take care of Palmy in this touch-and-go situation. Merci very much for your advice, Crow. Look at the little baby! He gone! The baby Palmy is gone! Oh my dear Crow! Thanks to your advice from before, Palmy as well. Just see for yourself. It seems very quiet. Yes, it's feeling better, but this particular Palmy may just be a bit meek, I suppose. I had Nest Miriam take a look as well, and she says there's nothing wrong with it health-wise. So it shouldn't have any injuries, ailments, or the like. Even so, it never utters so much as a cry, which is odd. That part has even Mr. Jacques here stumped. Sorry that I couldn't be of any help. Ne t'inquiète pas. Don't worry about it. I have some more information now, thanks to the Academy security cameras, though. It seems Palmy was attacked by a wild Pokemon and fled here to the Academy grounds. Maybe it's still in a bit of a shock from that experience and can't bring itself to speak yet. Yep, if that's the case, there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. Pas de problème. We can't just attendre. Wait, that is until it feels... We can just attendre. Wait, that is until it feels like talking. That's all we can do, really. Even if you speak all sorts of language, there's no guarantee that you can understand what's going on in someone's heart. But have no fear, I won't give up. No, we'll keep on trying until we've figured each other out. We'll be back for you very soon, Mr. Jacques. 31 Pokemon to go. My dear Crow, Palmy here is as healthy as can be. Aha, well, it seems being quiet is simply a part of this one's personality, but it's hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. As you know, wild Pokemon use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things, like the location of food or whether there are predators nearby. So even if I were to release it back into the wild, I'm afraid it may not be able to do those sorts of things. What do you think? Where does Palmy belong? With you, Mr. Salvatore. Oh, I didn't expect to hear mon nom, my name. So you think I should stay here with me? I was so focused on getting it back in good health so it could return to the wild that I didn't even consider that possibility. What do you think about that idea, my little Palmy friend? Aw, it said Palmy. Palmy, it spoke! At last! Even without speaking Pokemon language myself, I know that the reply means yes. Oh, my dear Crow, merci so very, very much for all your help with Palmy. Oh, the more reason you should have this here, rare Pokemon for you to raise. I am so happy. Yes, I, Salvatore, will take it upon myself to look after Palmy for good. Wait. Did we just get ourselves a random Meowth? Why is it rare? Does he just not understand Pokemon? Oh, it's a... Oh, that's why. It's a Galar Meowth. That's why. We can get a Berserker here. Let's go! Alright, it is a rare meow. I'll take it. Oh, soon, no kid. No kid, new kid. Fancy meeting you here in the home ec classroom. What a coincidence, eh? Likewise. So, well, you see, Miss Dendra tells me she's here for intensive training in sandwich making. Well, no use hiding it now. Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry. Were you keeping this a secret? Well, I mean, not really, but it just doesn't look very cool to openly admit I'm here for intensive training, you know? Understood, I'll be more careful in the future. Well, new kid, now that you know what I'm up to, I guess you'll just have to help me out with my training. Try this. Miss Dendra's sandwich was soggy and hard to eat, and once again, the taste left much to be desired. That was my meat lover's prosciutto, bacon, and chorizo sandwich. How was it? I could have had some more veggies. What? You mean there was a problem with my choice of filling? I guess focusing on muscle-building ingredients really did a number on the flavor, huh? Miss Dendra, I believe a simple addition of butter would have done wonders for your sandwich. Butter helps to protect the bread from getting soggy due to the moisture of the ingredients. It can also work to enhance the sandwich's flavor. Butter! That makes sense. Thank you for teaching me that tip, Mr. Seguro. So, but why didn't you tell me that while I was making the sandwich? Well, you see, when I saw you, I had not realized you had begun your, food prep. I thought you were simply trying to destroy my classroom. Well, anyway, new kid, thanks to you and Mr. Saguro, you may finally be getting the hang of this. Thanks for your advice. I love how she has gold gloves and gold shoes. Oh shit! Well, we'll work on Mr. Seguro later. No way, no way, no way! Come on, Miriam, just try it. Miss Dendra. Oh, great timing, new kid. Nurse Miriam here won't try the sandwich I made. We're like, well, duh, I don't want to get a stomachache. You won't! Probably. I still remember that sandwich you made me with meat filling and meat for bread. That one really messed me up bad. I hadn't trained in the art of sandwich making yet back then. I was young and thoughtless and... Young and thoughtless? It was last month! So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Even after I went through that intensive sandwich making training, it kind of makes me sad. She went through intensive sandwich making? She worked really hard at it. Guess I have no choice if you got one of our cute little students on your side. So fine, I'll try your sandwich, let's see it. Yes, I knew you'd come around, here it is. Oh, it's a little strongly flavored, but I guess it's not bad. Woohoo, my training paid off. I'm so glad my sandwich pleases the great Nurse Miriam. I look up to you, you know. Thank you for trying it, and thanks to you too, new kid. We have a name, unless I named myself New Kid somehow. And she's run off again. That was weird. That's just how Miss Dendra is, I guess. She's always coming into the nurse's office with some injury or another. Can I have both of these? I would love a Pikachu plushie and an Eevee plushie, even though I have several Pikachu plushies right behind me, you know, like, including the one wearing the shit hat. I should wear that for Christmas. Again. Oh, so new kid, you here to do a little shopping? Yep. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. or a Hippowdon would do too. The school store's a nice place. They got everything you need right here. Here, check out the sandwiches they got for sale. School store sandwiches taste great and have excellent nutritional balance too. You're not making your own? What happened to your intensive training? I guess I'm just not used to it yet. All that training kind of wore me out. I achieved my goal anyway, so I'm gonna take a break from sandwich making for a bit. Oh, right. I didn't tell you what my goal was. I wanted to pay Nurse Miriam back for everything she does for me. It was my way of saying thanks. She's so nice and so skilled at what she does. I really look up to her. I wanted to try sandwich making so I could be skilled at something for other people like she is, but I guess I just wasn't cut out for it. What I am cut out for, though, is being full of energy, so I decided to focus on that instead. Like I said in class, I think people in Pokemon should make their strong points stronger. Really help me out, new kid. Take this. Jesus Christ. She wants us to get swole. Here, kid, here's some performance-enhancing drugs. Take them. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Home Economics Classroom. I consider this to be my very own castle of sorts. Miss Crow from Class 1A. Rumors of your activities always seem to be bombarding me from all sides. My activities? Indeed, people from all over have been talking about how strong of a battler you are and the amazing Pokemon you take along with you. You are quite the object of everyone's interest, though I imagine that may be a bother for you. The Home Economics Classroom is something of a place of rest for the Academy students, you see. Here they delight in sharing the latest gossip and the like while enjoying a light snack. You've come up quite often in those talks recently, Miss Gross, so much so that I find myself intrigued. If it is not a burden of you, I would very much enjoy having you come see me again sometime. Okay. No, lady. Hello, Miss Crow of Class 1A. It has been some time since last we met. Are you here to eat as well? I just kind of wandered in. Drawn in by the irresistible aromas, I imagine. I myself am here to survey the student cafeteria, let's say. I'm observing the nutritional content of the food that our students partake of on a regular basis. One item on the menu that I am particularly interested in is the peanut butter sandwich. It is sweet and quite delicious. Yes, perhaps I will order one right now. Oh look, it's Mr. Saguro. He's so fashionable and cool. I guess the teacher's coming to the cafeteria too, huh? Do you think I'll have an egg sandwich? No way, if he gets anything, it'll definitely be something spicy like a 5-alarm sandwich. Ah, he's so cool, he'll definitely get that wild and spicy 5-alarm sandwich. Could I have a 5-alarm sandwich? I do enjoy the thrill of spicy food. No, have a peanut butter sandwich. Yes, you suggested I have a peanut butter sandwich, Miss Crow. I suppose I shall have to try one, if you insist. Yeah, we saved Mr. Saguro. I was close. I almost forced myself to order something spicy, my least favorite of flavors. I thank you for restraining me, Miss Crow. Seems the students tend to view me as fashionable and cool, or even, dare I say it, exuding a sort of brooding strength. I have a habit of acting in such a way so as to not destroy their image of me. I showed my true colors to you just now without thinking. Please keep this as a secret between us. He's just a man with a heart of gold underneath a fake exterior. So I think I discovered something in my playthrough of Pokemon Violet. Do you know what I think the second badge you should get? Like, second badge total is? Ah, Miss Crow! There's something that I would very much like to ask for your help with. The Dark Team Starbase. You need my help? Well, you see, I do not want anyone to overhear this, but I hear rumors of an incredibly sweet condiment that exists somewhere in the Paldea region. I absolutely must experience that ambrosial sweetness for myself. You're the only one who knows of my insatiable sweet tooth, thus I have no one else I can turn to for help in this matter. I cannot go looking for this condiment myself, lest I destroy the image students have of me. I will repay you for your troubles, of course. In the meantime, I will gather what information I can on this incredibly sweet condiment. I will share it as soon as I have more detailed information. Because I'm pretty sure the Dark Team Starbase has level 20s. While the Fire base has like mid-20s. Miss Crow, about that matter with which I need your help. I've discovered the name of an incredibly sweet condiment. It's called Sweet Herba Mystica. If you should find it during the course of your treasure hunt, I would be grateful if you could share some with me. Well, that's unfortunate. We don't have any Sweet Herba Mystica. Well, I guess the game's telling us something. And do you know what that something it's telling us? That it's time to go to Ground Zero. The Paldean Crater. The end game. I guess so. Are you ready? This is it. Hey, over here. This is the Zero Gate. It was made so researchers could try to observe the inside of the Great Crater of Paldea, what folks call Area Zero. It's our ticket down into the crater. Oh, and speaking of the crater, you know that Pokemon of yours, the one I gave you? Area Zero is apparently where Koraidon was born, or something like that. Maybe it'll be happy that it was finally able to come home? Not that I really care or anything. Anyway, our two new teammates should be waiting for us inside the Zero Gate. Guess we should head in. The way home. Whee! Whoa, kind of dark in here. Hola, Crow. Arvin said there'd be tons of strong Pokemon, so here I am. Once she heard she'd get to battle awesome Pokemon, she was here in a second. You're an annoying little pest at the academy, but I guess you could come in handy for this. Spoken like a guy who wants to get beaten in a battle. But more importantly, why is it so dark? And where are the awesome Pokemon? Yeah, it is weird that the lights are off. Last time I was here, the electricity was up and running, but now... Well, now the lights are on. But why? I turned them on. It's Penny! Seems like they were on power saving mode. I hacked into the system controls and overrode the settings. Oh, it's you! The kid with the fluffy Eevee bag. I guess? What do you mean, you guess? You have a fluffy Eevee bag! My name's Penny. Well, hey, we never got to actually talk. I'm Nimona. I'm in Class 1A. You must be some kind of tech whiz. Do you like Pokemon battling too? You talk like way too much. The director introduced us. When you need someone good with tech, she's a no-brainer. Anyway, Penny here also agreed in a second when she heard it was to help Crow. I'm not really the adventuring type, but I owe you, Crow, and I pay my debts. She's surprisingly old-fashioned like that. And of course, everyone knows me, Arvin. My loves include Mavasif and cooking and biometric identification in progress. Hello, Crow. I have been expecting you. And it seems you have gathered a group of formidable allies as well. Sorry, who are you? My mother. That's my mom, probably. What? That's Professor Sada? Nimona, student ID number 805C001, and Penny, student ID number 803B121. I thank you for coming. Of course, Professor, oh my gosh, it's such an honor to meet you in person. I mean, maybe not in person exactly. Arvin, did you tell your mom about us? When would I have done that? To begin with, I'd like to ask you all to make your way down into the Great Crater of Paldea. You can reach the lower chamber using the elevator you can see to your right. Mom? Please proceed below. Are they not on good terms? Must not be. I feel like something's not being said to us. Doodly doodaloo. How pretty do you think it's gonna be down here? This is probably gonna be a good screenshot. Biometric identification in progress. Identities confirmed. Access granted to the lower levels. Ooh, it opened for us automatically. Not quite. Looks to me like someone's controlling this thing remotely. Once you step through, you will be above Area 0. Crow, you have brought Koraidon with you? Yes. I thank you for bringing it with you on your many adventures. If you utilize Koraidon's gliding capabilities, you'd be able to descend to the depths to reach Area 0. Wait. What? Isn't there like an elevator or something? And wait, did you say Koraidon can fly? When you reach the bottom, I will get in touch again. I hope your trip is uneventful. Railroading people into stuff just like always. Can't wait to see what Pokemon live in Area 0. Let's go! That girl, is she like incapable of fear or what? Yeah, basically. I guess we better go too. Wait, is Koraidon gonna carry all 4 of us? I was actually expecting us to be at the very bottom. Bro, ready for the West? Yes. Good, that's all we needed to hear. Get out that Pokemon of yours and we'll be off. A gear. A gear. What's the matter with it? Scared of heights? That's what I would say. Well, no wonder. But no need to be scared if we go together. How does that logic work? Oh, she's got an Eevee case. Get on! That's a cute shot right there. Yeog! V shot. Or that. What about... Well, I was expecting to see Area 0. There we go. pretty. Not what I expected. It looks just kind of like the outdoors. Well, it's a lot more glittery-y. And now I'm back here again. I think I might have died once or twice there. It's okay, bud. He's like, nope, I go bye-bye. It chose to go back into its ball? It's probably just hungry or something. Wait a second. Where's that student council girl? She's gone. You don't think she... Everyone, you have to see this. Area 0 is amazing. Come on already. I guess your ability would be own tempo, huh? Biometric identification in progress. 4 humans identified. Conditions satisfactory. Vital signs all within normal range. It appears you were able to make the descent without being harmed. Huh, yeah, sure. Smooth sailing. Who could possibly complain about a landing like that? That is good. Alright, concerns you might fail, given the crudeness of the only available access method. I think your mom's sarcasm detector needs fixing. Aw, you were worried about us? That's so sweet. You should now make your way to meet me at the Zero Lab in the deepest part of Area 0. However, the entrance to the lab is barred by 4 locks installed on the exterior, which I cannot unlock. 4 locks? On your way to me, you must visit 4 research stations that were constructed inside the crater. Okay. Blue. At each station, you will be able to disable one of the locks. Do so as you make your way down. I hope you succeed. Yes, let's disable the 4 locks and get into that lab. Sounds kind of video gamey when you say it out loud, huh? Nimona just broke the 4th wall accidentally. Come on, time to find the deepest parts of Area 0. That's a bunch of jump luff. You cannot ride Koraidon down here. Oh. Well, okay. Well, I did want to. What are the levels? 54. Meh. The music's pretty nice down here. Ooh. Look at that crystalline tree. So this is the inside of the Great Crater of Paldea. It feels different just seeing it in our textbooks. It's so intense. Normally, we'd never be able to get in here and see for ourselves, huh? Wait, where'd Koraidon go? Seems like it got spooked by something. It's hiding in its ball. In serio? That's not good. Can we get back up to the surface without it? Should be alright. Last time I was here, I caught a flying taxi out of the crater. They always come through if you're a real sob story. Why don't you just call the professor who's down here? Don't you get along? None of your business, pipsqueak. Jeez, no need to bite my head off. What'd you get all huffy for? Okay, come on, you two. This is an adventure. Let's just have a good time. Jesus Christ. They don't give you any time to read what they're saying. You know, that doesn't bode well if they're giving me elixirs. Slow march in the water. Come on. There we go. Raichu, Raichu, I see you, Raichu. What that right up there? So Penny, how'd you wind up friends with Crow anyway? Well, I guess she really came through for me when I needed her. Everything was... Fuck you, mate. I was reading a conversation. I didn't heal after my grinding. Well, oh well. We'll be fine. Crow was a big help getting all of that sorted out. Gosh, so she helped you out while she was tackling all those gyms? What about you, Nimona? Crow and I are classmates, neighbors back home too. Plus, I said she should aim to be a champion and she didn't, so now I've got a champion, but wait, what? That's wild. Hold it right there, you two. You think you've got cool friendship origin stories with Crow? That's nothing compared to what her and I went through. Our friendship's on another level. Nobody asked you. Stop trying to flex on us. Guess we're all buds with Crow Club. Yep, it's the Buds with Crow Club! Yeah! I love that Arvin just tried to, like, do the one-ups and just got immediately shut down by everybody. They're like, we don't want to hear it. We're like, shut up, Arvin. Everyone's like, shut up, Arvin. Oh, hey, look, a research station. Oh, I bet that's what we're looking for. Honestly, everyone's friendship story is better than Nimona's. That must be one of the buildings the professor was talking about. Oh yeah, what are they called? Radish rations? Research stations. Huh, well, I was close. Wow, you have such a great memory, Penny. What's great is my common sense compared to you lot, apparently. Shreen. Yeah, what the heck is that? It's a Glamora. That's a Pokemon La Primera uses. I didn't know that species could be found in the Great Crater. Come on, let's take it on together. Why together? I can one-shot this thing. It's weak. Oh, level 62. Ooh, whatever will I do? I didn't even get a chance to attack. It's dead. Well, that was easier for me. Well, thanks, Nimona. Are there gonna be a lot more of these rare Pokemon down here, do you think? You think that was something? Please, you've got no idea how terrifying Area Zero really is. Wow, patronizing much? Easy, you two. Let's just head inside the research station. I mean, you have to admit, Arvin doesn't have a weak team. And one of his Pokemon was, like, almost permanently destroyed. So... despite everything, he does know what he's talking about. Fine. A bed. That means we can heal there. Wow, are these ancient ruins? They look far too recent for that. It appears you have reached your first research station without incident. This facility was constructed 87 years ago as a way station for those surveying Area Zero. So that's why there's a bed. Looks like we can get this place to rest up if we need to. Crow, if you'd be so kind as to disable the first lock in the lab using that central panel. Here's my question. Why is the professor locked behind 4 locks, and why are we unlocking it? You heard the professor, better press it. Lock disabled. Well done. Please continue your efforts. Alright, well, let's finally heal Kwa. Or Kwa. Kwa. Quaquavel, vol, vol. Yay! Quaquavel, quaquavel. Can I read the books? We've determined that this energy crystallization is linked to the being we call the interlocking hexagonal plates. The compromised shell must somehow cause this phenomenon, which I've dubbed terrestrialization. Okay. Thanks to my prototype Terra Orb, I secured corporate funding for my research and made a laboratory in the lighthouse near Capo Poco. Someday, though, I'll return to the crater and resume my study of these crystals. I wonder if my mom ever worked here. I wanted to check out the other rooms, but the doors are busted. So yeah, this is going great. Looks like you can get a decent rest on that bed, though. Though it looks kind of mildewy. It looks a little mildewy. Mildewy decimal system. I almost never saw my mom in my whole life. Oh, is this the backstory reveal? Penny! Shh! She was always busy with work. Hardly ever came home. I cooked for myself, cleaned for myself. Mabasif was the only one I had to talk to. So yeah, I don't really know her at all, even if she is my mom. I tried not to think too much about it. Tried to just be proud that she was this famous genius. But the truth is, I would rather have just had a mom who was there, even if she wasn't great. I haven't seen her in ages for now, unless you can't see her in the news or whatever. I used to at least get emails sometimes, but even those stopped a couple years ago. And then here she appears suddenly out of the blue in Area Z. I'm sorry about earlier. I shouldn't have snapped. Nah, I was just giving you a hard time. Sorry, Penny. My name's Penny. You know, you're actually pretty nice for a little pipsqueak. Don't call me a pipsqueak, you big lunk. That's the spirit, you two. Yeah, Penny feels bad because Penny just assumed Arvin was this spoiled jerk and then realized he also had a terrible life. And now she feels bad. Also, this dialogue goes way too freaking fast to read. Like, holy crap-a-moly. This place is really pretty, though. Though the amount of sparklies in the air are confusing my SAT meter because I cannot obtain them all because they're not real. I mean, they're real, but they're not real. I got a sassy mint, though. I am a bit happier now. Now that we can be a sassy pants. Last time I came into the Great Crater, I was trying to go see my mom. I got about this far and then got attacked by some kind of creature I've never seen before. Really? What kind of Pokemon was it? It wasn't even like a Pokemon, more like this crazy, violent, rampaging sort of thing. You sure it wasn't just a Pokemon that's a little more, I don't know, rampagey than normal? Yeah, I'm sure it was just a completely different creature altogether and it hurt Mabasif real bad, so it's not like I'd just forget. I don't ever want to run into that awful thing again. It was that strong, huh? And I really hope I get to see it. That's what I figured you'd say. You're real tactless sometimes, Nimona. Wow, now Penny's defending Arvin. Ha. What a world we live in! Pomo is down here. Interesting. Didn't expect to see a Pomo down here. Or is it a Pommy? I don't even know. The crystallization is so pretty, though. I have to. I see a shiny. Honestly shocked that there are no gimme ghouls down here. This better be a damn good TM for my time. That was 1000% not worth it, but here we are. Hello, Corviknight. I'm still missing an Espeon. Let's go! Yeah. Yay! Fuck! Please don't kill it. You can't harm me. Thank God. We don't need to learn nasty plot. We already are the nastiest of plotters. We got the sun Pokemon! I love that it's called the sun Pokemon. Even more of them. The sun Pokemon. The sun Pokemon all around. Oh look, another research station. Let's go. The second research station, about time, too. Penny does kind of have a little bit of an attitude now, don't you think? Let's head in and take a breather. I thought you'd have a bit more stamina, student council girl. Just full of surprises. That wasn't a compliment, you know. Hey, look, a Jigglypuff. It's good to see some nice familiar Pokemon down here, too. Cool. Oh my gosh, so cute. Pooh. Frog! What the? Say hello to Paradox Pokemon. Screamtail. seriously, what was that? Darn thing scared me half to death. It was definitely kind of ferocious for a Jigglypuff, wasn't it? No kidding. Come on, let's get inside already. One more jump scare like that and I'm done for. Well, this looks pretty much the same as the first research station. Seems like wild Pokemon don't come in here. We should be safe to catch our breath. Hey, seriously, what's with this place? That Pokemon. I've been wondering about that myself. I think maybe that Pokemon was one of these. Huh? What's that book? Monsters of Area Zero. As we descended further into Area Zero, we began to catch glimpses of mysterious Pokemon, though we wondered if these huge, ferocious beasts were indeed Pokemon at all. One of our team suffered a brutal blow from such a beast and was mortally wounded, forcing us to retreat for a time. A member of our server team captured this photograph by chance. I noticed a passing resemblance to the Pokemon Donphan, yet differences such as its sheer size and the shape of its back set it apart, as do its great tusks. Monsters of Area Zero? So they aren't actually Pokemon? I don't really know. What do you think, Crow? I don't think they're regular Pokemon. Maybe. They definitely do look different, at least. And I've never seen any of them in a Pokedex either. I suppose the time has come for an explanation. Professor, some of the life forms that you see residing now within Area Zero are ancient Pokemon that lived in a distant past, long lost to us. Ancient Pokemon? What? That's awesome! Oh, come on, there's no way that's possible. The Zero Lab where I am located contains a time machine. It summons the ancient Pokemon to this place. So the thing my mom spent forever researching down here, she actually got it working? Indeed, though the cost was catastrophic. The cost? But a time machine? You mean you can actually travel to and from the past? It is theoretically possible to travel to the past. However, for a being such as a human, it would not be possible to return to the present. Well, that's horrifying. Mom, you. Why did you call us here to Area Zero? Arvin, if possible, I would like us to speak when we can meet face to face. It will be easier for you to understand once you can see the situation for yourself. Now then, Crow, please use the central panel here and disable another lock on my lab. So, I think you've begun to guess why I'm pushing for you to really quickly get here, Em, haven't you? Well done. Please continue your efforts. Hey, Crow. You know that book she told me to bring? I think it's got something to do with this place. Or more like, everything to do with this place. But I'm not the one she expects to fix whatever all this is. You are. I think you should be the one to carry it. There are more Pokemon I need of yours. Take care of it for me. Okay, Crow. Alas, I can resume work on the Terror Project. Move my research to the Zero Lab this month. My team will be smaller, but no matter. The strong influence of the crystals makes our experiments much more unstable. The crystals' power was tremendous. Their unstable output made our corporate backers fret, but if we can harness this energy, it will open up research possibilities we'd only dreamed of. Last paradise. It will be ours to create. I can already make guesses about the rest of this. I don't actually know. I've managed to avoid the story portion of this, just not the rest. I meant to talk to everybody while in here. Let's hope they'll still, yeah, okay, they will. Seriously, a time machine? Feels like we just stumbled into a sci-fi novel or something. Can't believe I get to battle a Pokemon from a whole different era. This is incredible. So glad I came here with you. can't be. It just can't. But then who? What are your parents like, Nimona? My parents? Normal, I guess. Are you serious? Even I know about your dad. He's on the board of the Rodon Phone Company. Wait, how do you know that? Everyone knows that. He's famous, and I guess I looked into him for my own reasons, too. So Nimona's actually some pampered little princess from a rich family? Ah, no way. That's so not my thing. Though, yeah. Guess you could say mother and father were, like, hands-off, but in a good way. My big sis will probably take over the business, so they pretty much let me do whatever I want. Wait, you call them mother and father? That is some pampered little princess stuff. Gah! Caliente penne! What is your family? Super normal then? My family is unbelievably annoying. Like super overprotective, you mean? It's just my dad. He's loud and clingy and makes me weird names like Pen Pen. He's the most annoying guy in the world, period. He is the worst. Yeah, that's a real downer for your dad. Why would his own daughter describe him like that? Don't you dare take his side. Crow, how about you? Your mom seems super nice. You met her? Yep, got a glimpse of an amazing looking sandwich she made too. Really? Wish I could have seen that. I bet it tasted great. I wouldn't know. A certain hungry Miraidon went nom nom. Agia? Uh-oh. This poor duck. He's stuck. It's a duck stuck. It's a stuck-a-ducka. Oh well. It's sucker for the ducker to be a stucker in the rocker. All right, another research station. I think you mean radish ration. Nice, we get to chill for a minute. Something's gonna jump out at us again, 100% guaranteed. Huh, oh, Penny is such a worry word. Huh? It's a great tusk! See? See? Wait a second, this is just like that Titan Pokemon we saw. So it was an ancient Pokemon all along? Oh, you battled one of these before, Arvin? It looks seriously strong. Yeah, well, Crow and I are old pros when it comes to Titan. Leave this to us. Hello, big guy. Can I give you a pet on your horny horn? Well, where else would you pet it? You can't even catch the Pokemon. Super lame, by the way. See, that victory is ours. Maybe the one we saw when we were searching out that Urban Mystica came from down here. You two got to meet one of these Pokemon before our crater get-together? Jealous! If we've got things from literal ancient times roaming around Paldea, there's a major problem. Isn't Professor Sada doing anything to keep them under control? How could she let this happen? Yeah, right, because it's not like, oh, so brilliant Professor Sada ever messes up. Come on, Carl, let's get into that research station. I mean, she did admit it escaped her control, and we did take care of it for her. And made it to station number 3. How we doing after all that walking and battling and whatnot? Anyone need a rest? You feeling rough, Penny? Oh no, it's not that. I've just been thinking ever since the professor mentioned that time machine. The Pokemon here in Area Zoo came to our time from the past, right? So what about Koraidon? Isn't it pretty likely that it's also one of those ancient Pokemon? You're right. Huh. I think you're onto something. It is kind of giving off ancient vibes. Even its name sounds pasta-y. Wait a sec, I totally forgot. Hey, Arvin! You had Koraidon's ball and you told us about its forms in the first place, so you must know something about it, right? I'm turning it off every time there's like these cutscenes. Ugh, you still remember that from way back? No wonder you're everybody's little star pupil. Guess I've got no choice then, but to tell you what I know. That Pokemon, Koraidon, that is, was found by my mom when she was working on her time machine. I believe it'd be best for me to take over the explanations at this point. Professor! Koraidon, which I entrusted to Crow, was the first Pokemon that was successfully retrieved from the past by the time machine. Seriously? Through analysis of its genetic makeup as well as its behavioral patterns, I came to realize that what I had discovered was in fact an ancient form of Cyclizar, the Pokemon still commonly written in the region. Well, that makes sense, I guess. They do look alike. Many other Pokemon also came to this place from across the boundaries of time, but I was never able to bring over more than 2 specimens of Koraidon. Huh? You mean there's another one around here somewhere? What if they're family? The other one could still be somewhere in Area 0 waiting to finally be reunited with a Koraidon. A heartwarming family reunion? Exactly! Imagine how thrilled they'll be if we can get the family back together after all this time. Family, huh? Yeah, that sounds nice. If we could proceed, Crow, please disable the next lock. Thank you. Well done, only one remains now. But yeah, I've been trying to turn it off anytime there's just those big, long sessions of us not moving and just talking. Our time machine research has yielded a triumph, a Pokemon from the ancient past. I've named it Koraidon. I was expecting one new life to treasure, but what fortune to be blessed with this gift as well. Successfully brought more and more ancient Pokemon to our time since the first one. I'm so close to creating a world like the one in the book. A paradise where we 3 can live happily together forever. I must make it real. We 3? You can leave any wild Pokemon up to me. I'll have them beat in no time so we can march on. These plot twists really tug at the heartstrings, don't they? Not that I'm complaining. That other Pokemon really is the only family it has left in the world and must want to be together, right? Right? I don't know. So Koraidon's an ancient Pokemon. No wonder no one's seen it before. Crow, you've got to let me battle Koraidon right now. It still won't come out of its Pokeball. Oh, right. That was the first I heard of it coming from the past myself. It was just some weird Pokemon my mom brought home all of a sudden one day. We all lived together at the Lighthouse Lab for a little while. My mom made me promise to keep it a secret, and I had to take care of it for her too. So that's why you knew so much about it. Yeah, but then one day Koraidon just went nuts against some wild Pokemon. A few of the folks living nearby ended up seeing it, so the secret's out. Once that happened, my mom took it and went back to Area 0. Guess that makes sense if it's a Pokemon from a different age. Yeah, if people found out, it would be all over the news. I didn't see my mom or Koraidon again after that, for ages. Looking back on it now, it seems stupid, but I felt like I lost my mom because of Koraidon. It was the worst feeling ever. I just hated Koraidon and everything about it. Didn't even want to talk about it. I'm sorry for not telling you what I knew sooner, Crow. You should be sorry. Shoot, that's like the coolest thing ever, and you didn't even tell us. Yep, sure. Would have been great to know. Dang, guys, harsh. By the way, I don't even have to spin the thing. Once you get it spinning, just hold up. Nice. I'm still unsure how I should be feeling about unleashing all these locks. Hello. Can I catch you? Ho ho! Yes, we can. Yeet! Fuck! Oh, there's a lot of them. I hope I don't kill it. Nice. It's a thick boy. Girl. It doesn't have a gender. It's a thick bit. I'm gonna need to catch 2 of these bad boys. Let's go, we got a scream tail. What's your typing, Screamy? Fairy and psychic, okay. Number 377. We already got great tusks, so that's good. Oh, I thought we had it. That is horrifying if you really think about it. Like, we've got some real angry customers there looking at us. Like, we're in for a bad time when we get out of this fight. Critical capture. Ba-ba-da-da. Yeah, Paradox Pokemon. Oh dear. It floats. Probably because of this fairy psychic blood. Glamora. Knackle Sackle, Glamora. Hello. Did you see what I saw? Oh, cutscene. Look at the pretty. Oh my gosh, look at all these huge, gorgeous crystals. They go all the way to the bottom. One slip and we can kiss our short lives goodbye. Oh, good call. Watch your step. So the professor's down there somewhere waiting for us. That's fine. Totally fine. All right, team, watch yourselves and let's get to the bottom of this thing. Yeah! This place looks unreal. Maybe there really is treasure down here like the stories say. Yeah, this place looks something from a whole other world. Makes you feel like maybe you already died and went somewhere. Is it just me or do the crystals here give off the same glow as when Pokemon terrestrialize? There's gotta be some sort of connection. Only one way to find out. Come on, everybody, let's keep moving. Is it still here? Is it? It is! Who are you? Fluttermane! What? Fluttermane. Are you a ghost? And I don't know. But you're typing. Ghost fairy. Okay. Interesting. Alright, need one more Fluttermane. I need Ultra Balls is what I need, the balls. Done, Sparse! Dun dun dun! I wonder how many... I don't even remember how many are in each game. All I know is I want them all. I need them! Hiya! Gibble, Garchomp, Glamora. Threaded that needle. Like an awesome sauceum. Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly poof. Gonna. So Crydon came to our age through the time machine. Then it lived here a while with the professor along with another one of its kind. That seems to be the story. How we brought it back home, kind of? Or its second home, at least. Guess this place should be familiar to it, sure. Aw, that's great. A chance to unwind and bask in the familiarity. That doesn't exactly jive with how it's been acting all spooked when we got here. Doesn't seem eager to come out of its ball anytime soon, either. Really? I thought it was just scared because we were so high up. Huh? Who said it was scared of heights? You did, Arvin. Given how Crydon was acting earlier, I think something bad happened to it here. Sometimes you get all shaky just seeing a place you've got bad memories of. It was the same for me when I was being ignored at school. Just think about school made me want to hide away somewhere, so I know how it feels. Aw, Penny. So maybe it got hurt down here in Area Zero, just like Mabostiff. We can't know for sure, but it doesn't change into its battle form anymore, right? So I think it's possible. But that's so sad. We gotta do something to make it feel better, so I can fight it! Seriously? Well, at least you said it, not one of us. Nimona, you're kind of unbelievable in a mostly good way. Mostly good? What do you mean mostly good? You know exactly what I'm quoting anytime I take that tone of voice and repeat it in that exact way, don't you? Oh, hey! Just a tour. Could you imagine if I found the elusive triple Duns down here? I mean, I did find myself a triple, mouse house stack. Though granted, I would never have the luck of falling from a cliff and landing on a fucking shiny Eevee. Mystical fire? I didn't want to kill it. My air cutter just did so little that I thought maybe, perhaps, my other thing wouldn't. This place is crystallized. Whoa, what happened? This place is a mess. Looks like something went berserk in here. Yeah, but what? Hello, children. Gah, Professor, you scared us. I'm sorry. Why is everything in here all busted up? I'm sorry. Hello, children. Come again? I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hello, children. Hello. What the heck? Stop that. You're creeping us out. Hello, children. Children. Initiating restart. The professor must be having some weird connection problems or something, huh? Well, it was definitely weird, at least. Almost like, I don't know. If she meant it as a joke, it wasn't funny. I've still got goosebumps and all. Well, that was weird. All locks disabled. Hello. Can you hear me now? Please forgive me my previous transition. There seems to be some signal interference. That's not what that was. What do you mean, Arvin? The locks have all been disabled at last. Please make your way down to the Zero Lab, which lies at the very bottom of Area Zero. Arvin knows what's going on. Dun dun dun. I need more people, more time. That man walked out not long after the boy was born. I need another set of hands, but could they be trusted? How long would it take them to even understand? If only there were two of me. My new assistant has intellect and technical skills to rival my own. A bit rigid at times, but I've got no serious complaints. Productivity has doubled. We even brought in a second Koraidon via the machine, although this one has proved regressive. Looking at the damage, I have a feeling maybe some ferocious Pokemon battled here. Have you disabled the lock yet? I'm all for leaving this place as soon as we can. That was almost like, no, it can't be. Ah. So now we can teleport anywhere we want. Bam, 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 ba, ba, boom, boom, boom. There was definitely something off about the professor just now, right? Maybe it was just dramatic flair to get us all jazzed up. What? That got you jazzed? Yeah, maybe even big time jazzed. You need to go see a doctor. That's just not right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that call was really... Never mind, it's nothing. What's wrong, Arvin? You seem kinda down. No matter how things turn out, I'm counting on you to see this through, Crow. Come on, give me a second glimmer, man. Can you even breed the ancient Pokemon? I'm not even sure. There we go. Got it from behind. Let's go. Come on. Get in, stay, fuck! Dang it, we both are just missing. There we go. Got 2 Fluttermanes. Nice. And Hippopotas evolves, please. Let's go. Ba 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 ba. Alright, we're gonna work on Sandile now. Because that's a triple evolution that I've not gotten yet. I thought Sandile was in here. Where are you, Sandy? First of all, I'm gonna put all these over here. There we go. Alright, I'm just gonna search this way. Much faster. If they've been giving us like one new paradox each time, so maybe we should find another new one down here, hopefully, or something. An electric Terra Shard. Aight. There's some sort of plate inscribed with a mysterious symbol. Dark Terra Shard. We are just looking for something different. Anything that does not look normal. Doodaloo, doodaloo. Oh no, that's just a double da-duns. I want to find a triple da-dun. Dun dun da dun da dun dun da dun dun. That like 1 in 100. This place is beautiful and massive, but beautiful. But large, but beautiful. It's beautifully large. Still just a double segment. Nothing over there. Thanks for letting me know, Arvin. Shadow Ball! Oh shit, we're at the bottom. We're at Area 0. We're at Reactor 0. We're about to figure out what's going on. There it is. Our goal. Are we ready? Let's wander around first. No need to rush there now. Weird. Welcome back. I've been trying to meander around so we didn't get any more cutscenes because we're at the bottom. It's time for us to meet Professor Sa-da-da-da-da. Sa-da-da-da. Sa-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, yeah. A crystalline building. Have we finally reached the deepest part? We made it. Ready to see if those legends of treasure down here are true? Yeah. Yeah, right. They just fluff them. That's just fluff they write to fill the textbooks. Hello, children. You've done well to make it here. The structure you see before you is the Zero Lab. That's where you are, right, Professor? Oh, wait. Why does it look like the whole place is being swallowed up by crystals? The crystals here in Area Zero possess a peculiar energy. This energy can alter the functions of living things and optimize the performance of machinery. It is the same energy that allows Pokemon to terrestrialize. So this entire building's been terrestrialized? Is that what you're saying? Don't be silly, Arvin. The professor implied something important about Terra Orbs just now. They're made from the crystals down here in the Area Zero, aren't they? Indeed, though not many know it. Since you have disabled all 4 locks, the gate to the Zero Lab should now open for you. But once you open the gate, you will quickly be confronted with a dangerous Pokemon inside. It will likely make a break for freedom. Dangerous Pokemon? With the 4 of you working together, you should be able to best them. Prepare yourselves well, then open the gate. You've got me and Crow here. Doesn't matter what we're up against. We'll be fine. Heh, well then, that puts all my worries to rest. What do you think's gonna come out of that door? A spider. Definitely would be dangerous. You decided to press the door button and hold it! Huh? Why? We're finally on the cusp of getting into the lab. Look, if it's true that a bunch of really dangerous Pokemon might come at us, then shouldn't we also have Koraidon help? Yeah, if Koraidon were like how we first saw it in the Inlet Grotto, that'd be a huge help. I want to see a battle. But it hasn't even wanted to let us ride it ever since we came down to Area Zero, and it can't enter its battle form in the first place. It's really strong. I know it is. It ate all those Herba Mystica we found too. When it really matters, I'm sure it'll fight. And Area Zero is where it used to live. If you bring it out of its ball now, maybe it'll be able to find its family too, right? That's pretty sensible by your standards, Arvin. I don't know. Go on, Crow. Let Koraidon out. No. Come on, it'll be fine. Even if it can't fight, I'll protect it. Yeah. All right, come on, Crow. Now that we've got Koraidon ready, it's time to open that gate. Hey, Angie! The family reunion, it's happening! Whoa, no way. Hey, Angie! No, something's not right. This is incredibly laggy, too. It's got plumage, though. Look at that plumage. He's got peacock feathers. It's like a frightened kitty. He's just like... Yums. Huh? What's wrong? Are you bummed that your heartwarming family reunion got cut off so quickly? Are you joking? There was nothing heartwarming about it. We were this close to getting caught up in a nasty brawl. Wait, for real? Just look at Koraidon. Poor thing's terrified. Guess that other one isn't exactly its pal. Yeah, that other Pokemon was giving off some real bad vibes. Not that you should worry about a thing about any of that. Once we get you back into your battle form, I'm sure you'll go toe-to-toe against that jerk. If, you know, if you want to. Kills. Sorry, I guess that didn't really help much, huh? Do you think that other Koraidon was one of the dangerous Pokemon the professor warned us to watch out for? Did the professor say the dangerous Pokemon would come out from inside? You mean from inside the gate we just... Hey, that's another one. Oompa! What the? Oh, that's a lot of Pokemon. We're surrounded! It's pretty obvious they're not here to roll out a friendly welcome, man. There's no way we can handle this many. And don't tell me they're all ancient Pokemon. We've got a little disaster on our hands here. Kills. Look, even that fellow's ready to bail. Then I guess it's my turn. I've been waiting. Come on, Crow, let's do this together. We're like, heck yeah! It's battling time. Lycanroc will go first because it's faster. Wow, they're strong now. This is a worthwhile challenge. Glad you're on our side, but you're still really annoying when you say stuff like that. Gas Bass! Why are they coming at me? Girl, help me out here. We're just gonna get thrown into like battle after battle at this point. What are you called? That is an Amogus. Her name is Penny of Team Star. Brute Bonnet. I mean, it's not wrong. It is a bonnet made out of brutes. God, the ancient past must have been terrifying. Ah, yes! Oh no, they're running away. Yeah, and? This Pokemon get out, we're gonna have a gigantic mess on our hands. We gotta go after him, Penny. Why me? Wait! Hold on, Nimona. Why do I get the feeling you're enjoying all this? I hope the two of them can handle their part. Or at least the crowd's been thinned out. Guess it's up to us to deal with what's left. Let's go for this strong-looking one first. That's Fluttermane, right? Yeah. Fluttermane. I don't know what I think about the names of some of these. Great Tusk makes sense. Fluttermane, I'm just kind of like, eh. I forgot what the Jigglypuff is called. Thick hair? Screamtail? Screamtail! Thank you. Freaking cat wants in. Croc. You're gonna be in for a while, but I'm not letting you out. That's one cool croc. See, the power of friendship is perfectly in sync, all thanks to our titan hunting together. Still scared, huh? You worried you might have to face that other one of your kind? Well then, let me take on some of the burden. These stragglers should be nothing. Me and Mastiff here can take them. Off. So Crow, take your partner there and go take care of business. Got it. Glad to see you've got some faith in us at last. Mastiff can't wait to battle either. Bow, woof. Right on. You really ruined my whole childhood, you know. But it's not like seeing you cowering and scared out of your wits makes me feel any better about it. You've got amazing powers, so if you just use them, and you've got us too, so don't even think about losing to that jerk. Be brave, stand up and fight. Yeah! What's on the other side of this door is the question. There's the professor. Human presence detected within the Zero lab. Deactivating sleep mode. Is she a robot? Hello, Crow. Thank you for coming. Rawr. No. Back to your ball. That one is far less tractable and far more aggressive than the one you've traveled with. Your Koraidon fled Area 0 because it lost the other one in a territorial struggle. Yes. I'm afraid there's something for which I must apologize. I am not the true Professor Sada. Then who are you? I am an artificial intelligence the professor created, imbued with her memories and knowledge. In short, I am an AI-powered robot. The real professor passed away during the incident that destroyed Research Station number 4. The incident? The Pokémon was not to be blamed. It was the original professor who failed to accurately judge its full power. I believe the professor wanted nothing more than for the Koraidon to survive and thrive. That is why she threw herself in front of your Koraidon in an attempt to protect it. From the time I first reached out to Director Clavel and asked to be put in contact with you, I was never more than an AI. Bro, the reason I asked you to come to me is because I have one last thing to do here at the Zero Lab, and I desire your help. In short, I wish for you to put a stop to the time machine the original professor created. Any questions can be addressed as we make our descent. Follow me. Wow, that is something. Yes, the professor you once knew is dead. In fact, you never knew the professor. Makes sense why Arvin hasn't heard from his mother in 10 years. Basically. But damn. Honestly, didn't expect that. I expected, like, something else. Like, the professor went back in time. And, like, created a robot in order to, like, travel forward again. I don't know. This elevator will take us to the lower level. Step inside. You didn't expect her to be dead, but you thought she sounded like a robot the whole time. I mean, I definitely started picking up more robot-y vibes towards the end, but we didn't really have a lot of, like, communication with her. Like, it was all short, brief, like, I'm an uninterested person, you're doing me a favor because I'm more brilliant than you. That was the kind of vibe I was getting from her the entire time. But, Crow, it truly is a great relief to me that you came. I will answer any questions you may have. Is there anything you wish to know? What is an AI, really? An AI is an artificial intelligence created by a human being. A computer draws on... yeah, not much is going to happen here. A computer draws on the original professor's knowledge and memories to calculate all of my thoughts and actions. The results of those calculations are expressed by this mechanical body built to resemble the professor in every way. Humanity does not, in fact, possess the knowledge to develop such a sophisticated AI at present, but the crystals that make up the Zero Lab have made such a thing possible here. They are also why I cannot leave this place. Is there anything else you wish to ask? What happened to the real professor? As I explained to you before, the original professor no longer exists. During the destruction of the research station, her physical body received grievous injuries that left it unable to sustain life. I am afraid that this fact may be difficult for her son, Arvin, to accept. I now manage the Zero Lab in the original professor's place. What is this time machine? The time machine is a device that the original professor and I worked on together. It sends Pokeballs to a different point in the timeline to catch Pokemon there, and it can then draw them back here to the present. When she was alive, Professor Sada had a great fascination with Pokemon from another age, what you might call ancient Pokemon. Even as we speak, the time machine continues to automatically draw ancient Pokemon to this time. Is there anything else you wish to ask? What is it you really want? The original professor had a dream of a world in which ancient Pokemon might live alongside present-day Pokemon in harmony, but these Pokemon's powers seem to stem from a primal energy of the ancient past. And this energy has proved too terrible. Their very existence brings a destruction to the ecological balance of this modern age. The original professor would say that such destruction is a natural part of life. At present, the barrier around Area Zero is still working to keep the ancient Pokemon from escaping into the rest of Paldea, but we've begun to see Pokemon appear that can break the barrier, such as Great Tusk. Eventually, they will break free of this walled garden known as Area Zero and run rampant across the Paldea region. And when they do, the rich and varied ecosystem of Paldea will be trampled beneath their coming. It may have been created as a copy of the professor, and yet I cannot seem to find the logic in allowing such a tragedy to occur. That's weird. You would think the professor would be wanting to stop the mad AI. But they flipped the script. It's the AI trying to stop the mad professor. But any hope of preventing it would require overcoming the greatest AI that the original professor ever devised. Krill, you've become a formidable trainer. Now use that strength you have gained to destroy the dream Sada once cherished. Okay. I appreciate your willingness to help. We have reached the lowest level. Ooh. Crystalline. Look at all the crystals, the crystals. Do, 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 do. Behold. This is the time machine we perfected using the power of the terrestrial phenomenon. To stop the time machine, you will need to use the professor's ID, which has been embedded within the Scarlet book. It was very like the professor to put the final key we would need in that book of all places. She loved that volume since childhood. If you place the Scarlet book upon the pedestal here, you will be able to stop the time machine. There is just one issue. If you try to stop the machine, I will most likely attack you. We're like, wait, what? Artificial being that I am, my own desires can be overridden by the system's programming. Once that happens, I'm afraid I will become no more than a battle machine, bound to defeat anyone identified as an obstacle by my code. My battling abilities are peerless. They are built upon analysis of all the battles carried out by the various champions of the Paldea region. Having seen the bond between you and your Pokemon, however, I believe you can prevail. Once you have readied yourself for the final fight, please place the Scarlet book upon the pedestal. Alright. Once the actual battle starts, I'll turn my camera back on. Let's go! I confirmed, Professor Sada. Access granted. Initiating emergency shutdown. Please wait. Please wait. Access denied. Shutdown command overridden. Reinitializing. It is up to you now, Crow. AI Sada switching to sleep mode. Activating offensive protocols. Please, defeat me. Ooh. At last. At last, my dream is within reach. And now, and you're not getting in the way. AI Sada has initiated battle. Slitherwing. Alright. I don't know who you think you are, but I'm not about to let anyone get in the way of my goals. This is a Volcarona, so is it actually still water? Or fire? No, it was not. This is the power the ancient past holds. Splendid, isn't it? The music is a banger, though. Screamtail. Do you imagine you can best the wealth of data at my disposal with your human brain? She's got fucking fangs. Do you notice that? Her canines are absolutely insane. Look at her mouth when she opens it next. Fluttermane. Wow. My Pokemon's level 91. How did you go faster than me? Now, this is interesting. Child, do you actually understand ancient Pokemon's weakness? I understand all Pokemon weaknesses. Root Bonnet. How many Master Balls does this woman have? Sandy Shocks. All right, what do you think Sandy Shocks is? Sandy Shocks. I'm guessing it's some kind of electric type, right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, electric. But who? I don't know, let's find out. Magneton? Okay. I kind of think its hairdo is a little weird, but alright, I'm not hating it. Oh shit, it's got a tail too. Huh. Roaring Moon. No guesses. Everything is proceeding within my expectations. I'm afraid the probability of you winning is 0. Salamence? It's a burb! It's a burb! Oh shit. Tink! Yeet, yeet. Short-circuited. Definitely a much cooler ending than I expected. Crow! What is this? Did you already beat all the baddies without me? Okay, out with it, you. Who are you, really? Thank you for everything. The time machine has finally... She has finally been stopped. You're really not my mom, are you? Oh, look how big you've grown. So proud of you, my... Sorry you were alone so long, Arvin. Mom? Security system failure. Threat to time machine detected. Whoa, what's going on now? Is there another army of Pokemon on its way here? It cannot be. An obstacle is preventing the time machine from performing as intended. Activating Paradise Protection Protocol to remove the offending obstacle. What? Was keeping the time machine running truly all the professor cared about? Locking all Pokeballs except those registered to Sada's ID. Wait, what? Program initializing, gathering terrestrial energy. I'm sorry, children. This is too much for you. You must run. AI SATA disabled. Paradise Protection Protocol initialized. Oh shit. Now she's special looking. Fight 2. You are not getting in my way. Ooh. You are challenged by the Paradise Protection Protocol. I will say, this is 1000% a surprise to me. Uh-oh. That's the only thing you can do. We can't battle. Koraidon, the Guardian of Paradise. It's true, our Pokeballs won't work. How are we even supposed to battle? Swapping Koraidon. Look at that smirk. It's a Sailor Moon transformation. Exactly. It's a Koraidon showdown. Or a Calcum Pulse? Turns the sunlight harsh, raising our attack stat. We're dragon and fighting. With a dragon Terra type? We can't do that though. Transforms and crashes into the ground. Massive prehistoric hit. Let's go. Changes into its battle form! Yeah! I would love to Terra Blast, but we cannot. You will fall here within this garden paradise and achieve nothing in the end. Will not be allowed to destroy my paradise. Obstacles to my goals will be eliminated. Our moveset's not the best, to be honest. This looks like it could be bad. Hang in there. The data says I am the superior. Fall and become a foundation upon which my dream may be built. He toughed it out for me. Took that hit like a champ. I wonder if I can lose this. I can't terrestrialize, so I think we have to like survive until we can terrestrialize type of deal. Because none of our moves are gonna knock it out very quickly at all. We have a very shitty moveset. Man, can we really not pull off a win here? This doesn't look good. Hey, Crow, your Terra Orb's glowing. Yeah, terrestrialize. I think you're guaranteed to win here. Unless you choose not to terrestrialize, you're guaranteed to win. I mean, I guess if he didn't heal, maybe, but... It's like the game's telling you exactly what to do. Plus, we keep getting buffs, so... Easy. Her terrestrialization has also been brokenation. You defeated the Paradise Protection the Protocol, the PPP. You did it! It's not going berserk anymore? How very astounding to think you would manage to defy even the original professor's final protections. Are you back to normal? Yes, a completely unforeseen outcome even for an AI possessing the most sophisticated technology ever conceived. Even on the brink of despair, you children did not give in and instead proved your worthiness, showing the wisdom to think for yourselves, the courage to hold faith in your friends, and the fortitude to do what had to be done. No matter how difficult your own paths may have been, I believe you'll be capable of walking whatever paths you choose for yourselves now. With pride, I thank you, Crow. I thank all of you children. But I'm afraid that the time machine cannot be put to a complete stop so long as I am here. It appears I myself am part of the system that ensures the machine reboots when stopped. Huh. What does that mean? I am sorry. You know, when I was watching you all on your adventures from around here, I felt a sense of jealousy. I envied you, your freedom. The way you came together working in league with your fellows and caring for them. The way that you sought strength and to better yourself, throwing all you are into your battles. The way you would face down even the greatest enemies to save that which you loved. The way that you never ceased to seek, nor to fight for a treasure all your own. A gigi. Ah, and the way that you soared free through the very skies on those wings of yours. I wish that I too might be as free as you all. Free to seek out that which I might treasure above all else, not bound. Your own treasure. As long as I remain here, the time machine will not stop, for I am inextricably connected to it. So I have made a decision. I will use the time machine to journey to the world of the ancient past that I have dreamed of. What? You can't just leave now, right when we finally reached you? I'm not going only so that the time machine can be stopped. I also can't deny my desire to see that ancient world for myself. Is this what it feels like to have your heart race with the thrill of adventure? Arvin, I am sorry that I kept the truth from you for so long. I inherited all the thoughts and wishes of the professor, and so I understand better than any. Your mother truly loved you. You can't just go and say a thing like that now. No, I suppose you're right. I am sorry. Arvin, Koraidon, Crow, it is a little sad, but I'm afraid this is goodbye. Mom! Arvin has just the saddest story. Farewell, my free adventurers. I bid you adieu. How could you just go? Mom. Arvin. You okay, bud? Yeah, somewhere deep down I kind of already knew it. I knew that thing was fake, but when it said my name, using her voice and wearing her face, even if it was fake, it felt real, you know? And so Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. That's okay. Yes. I guess Koraidon is sad too. Oh, but that battle form, how cool is that? It's so strong. If it tries to nudge at me for a belly rub while it's huge like this, I seriously think I'm gonna die. Hey, now let's not skip over the big win here. Crow and Koraidon just saved all of Paldea. That's right, you both did amazing. Thanks, Crow. Yeah, that's my bud Crow for you. You know, Arvin, even though the professor's gone, I bet she's finally having a real fun adventure of her own in the past. I guess you could say she's already had it because it's now the present. Anyway, yeah, thanks, Penny. Yeah, sorry. What should we do now, Crow? Let's head on out. You said it. Come on, everyone, let's get out of here and make our way home. I think that is officially the full game. Like, beating Sada is the last part of the story, I believe. That is crazy. So yeah, so there's 6 Paradox Pokemon that I honestly did not know about. I mean, obviously I knew about the Donphan, the Great Tusk, and Iron Treads. But I didn't know that there were an additional 5 more. For each game, too. Okay, everybody, listen up! What is it? Let's take the long road home and get a little more fun out of this adventure. I don't really... Sounds great. If we can load up on snacks first, I'm in. Hey, Crow, not you too! Aw, look at Penny. She's kinda opening up. Oh, alright, fine. I guess we're doing this. It is cute. Now, isn't it?
You see tonight.
Oh, God. No! Ed! No! Stop it! Okay, we're good. By the way, this was the very first mod that came out in Pokemon, by the way. They removed Ed Sheeran's song. The very first Pokemon Scarlet and Violet mod created was to remove the outro music. Yes, this is Ed Sheeran. You can't listen to it. I do. But you already saw it. It was, it's the same song from the trailer. But, that's the full story. We, are still gonna go back in and catch the rest of the, Paradox Pokemon. Because, duh. I'll be honest, I'm jealous. I know all of the, Paradox Pokemon, by the way. And you're going to be delighted with your 5. I think. You want to know which one I think you're going to like the most? I'm not going to tell you what Pokemon it is. I'll just tell you the name, if you want. Unless you already know them. You do not? Okay. It's called Iron Valiant. I think you're gonna really like it. You should play tonight. Anyway. But, yeah. Let's give overall thoughts, though, of Scarlet. No, I know. I really enjoyed it. I like this open world. I like all of it. It's been a lot of fun. And, yeah, I can't wait to jump back in. Well, obviously, we're still playing it in, Violet. So, we'll get to see Turo's story and everything and all that once we get there in, YouTube. Which only should be a couple more weeks, to be honest. We're, kind of flying through that game. Which is great. But I can see a ton of replayability with these games. The stories, I think, are really good. And while I may make fun of Nimona, she was one of the better rivals we've had. Because she's just happy and enjoyable. Sure, she's a little annoying, but so am I. I don't mind her personality. But, yeah, it's just, all this has been a whole freaking lot of fun. And once we get back in, we'll be able to get back in. I will consider doing shiny hunting streams every now and then. However, to do that, I do need the shiny charm. So we cannot do those until that happens. And I don't know when I will be able to get my hands on the rest of the Pokemon yet. So... Oh. But either way, still has been a lot of fun. And despite everyone shitting on it constantly, it has room for polish, but what game doesn't? I cannot wait for more Pokemon content. Huh. Thank you, treasured friends. Aw. That's a cute photo. Yeah. And we're in our dorm. Dong, dong, dong! Calling students to the director's office. Crow, Nimona, Arvin, Penny. Director Clavel would like to see you in his office. We are probably in trouble. Do-do-doodle-doodle. Hey! Koraidon's officially in our Pokedex! Wait, does that mean we can actually use him in battle now? If you select Arvin while the main menu is open, you can now have it change between its battle and ride forms. Hey! Okay, guess what? You can catch a Koraidon or Miraidon, so you're guaranteed 2 of them. Which means if you've got a friend, you can give them a Koraidon or Miraidon and still keep yours. But you gotta have a friend to trade it with first. We're gonna get in trouble. Ah, looks like the hero's finally here. Would you join us, Miss Crow? We're in for an earful, aren't we? Guess we'll find out soon enough. No need for concern, you two. I'm not angry in the slightest. I'm livid! I merely called you all here to discuss your fine achievements in this year's treasure hunt. You shut down the professor's time machine and thus prevented the ancient Pokemon from running rampant across Paldea. Your actions were truly outstanding in every regard, and I couldn't be prouder of you all. Though your decision to enter a strictly off-limits area was admittedly regrettable. You got us there. However, since this was necessary to protect Paldea and its precious ecosystem, I'm willing to overlook that particular point. So we're not getting raked over the coals after all. Before I forget, Miss Crow, there's something I would like you to have. Each of your friends has received one already, so this one is for you. A Master Ball! Oh, and about the Hall of Fame badge I gave you a short while ago, that gift is one we bestow only upon achievements who achieve truly remarkable feats. I expect you to honor what that badge represents by striving always to serve as a model for your fellow students. You can count on me. Splendid! Such enthusiasm will surely take you far in life. Master Arvin, I am so sorry to hear about the professor. You have my deepest condolences. Well, yeah, it was pretty rough when I found out my mom had died, but weirdly enough, my head actually feels clear now, for the first time in ages. The Great Crater, I got to learn a bit about my mom's research and what she was trying to achieve down there. Guess if you're building something as mind-blowing as a time machine, that takes priority over showering your son with attention, huh? All I know is I'm done feeling like some lost little kid. Done! Time to say goodbye and move on. I'm gonna enjoy every last day till graduation with my buds here. And Mabastiff, of course. Well said, Master Arvin. You truly are your mother's son. Of course, I must remind you that you're nowhere near enough credits to graduate. You'll need to study frantically to catch up, but I have every expectation of your success. What? No! Let us not forget the other good news. Our academy has a new champion, though. We sadly cannot make your valiant deeds in the Great Crater known to the public. Your new champion rank, at least, should be celebrated throughout the whole school. Oh, I know, we should hold Pokemon Battle Contest. Seriously, can we not? Classic Nimona. battle contest, you say? While your own vested interest in such a venture is more than apparent, Miss Snowman, I think it's a fine idea. Please understand that a large-scale event will be quite beyond us. We've many other school activities to keep an eye on, after all. Pardon my intrusion, I couldn't help it over here. La Primera. The Pokemon League will, of course, happily lend a hand in organizing this contest. La Primera? Well, the most kind offer, Chairwoman Gita. I do everything in my power to nurture young, up-and-coming talent. Though that's not to say only the youth have promise when it comes to Pokemon battles. A former gym leader, the developer of the Pokedex app, this academy certainly clearly counts many skilled trainers of Pokemon among its staff. As such, my suggestion is as follows. Students and staff should compete for the strongest trainer at the academy. Whoa, we get the battle of the teachers? You compete too, right, Primera? Is that even allowed? The chairwoman's not part of the academy, right? Actually, I think she's the chairwoman of the school board as well as the Pokemon League. Wait, for real? I mean, I knew she was on another level, but wow. Thank you for the invitation, Champion Amona. I would gladly take up your kind offer to compete alongside you all, but I'm afraid my schedule's already packed tight with work that I simply must attend to. Aw, can you free up some time somehow? Well, I suppose I might be able to participate if Champion Crow would agree to lend me a hand with my work. I'd be happy to. Excellent, handsome. Much obliged, Champion Crow. To get straight to it, I would like you to go out and inspect Paldea's various gyms in my set. Are they fulfilling their duties as beacons of strength and inspiration? Or has their brilliance started to fade? To find this out, I ask that you bring your full might as champion to bear against each of the gym leaders again. Since all the gym leaders will still be expecting me to carry out the inspection, I imagine they'll have mustered their full strength. I dare say they might be more of a challenge than when you may have faced them before. You get to have all-out battles with the gym leaders. Now on to another crucial matter. I'd like to discuss with Penny here how to patch the weaknesses in our league point system. But there's a bunch of anime I've missed that I was just gonna binge. Thank you in advance for your willing and eager cooperation. I'll do it, I'll help, let me help. Excellent. Penny is a little bit of all of us, isn't she? But I wanted to binge anime, not do work. This is awesome. Show the inspection thing who's boss so that La Primera joins our tournament. I'll take care of filling out the forms and other administrative stuff to get the ball rolling on the tournament. I say it's wonderful to show you all showing such initiative. You each have a critical role to play. Penny assisting the league, our new champion inspecting gyms, Nimona arranging the event. Give it your best, everyone. Guess my role's so obvious as goes without saying. Yep, you're studying. Ha! Wow. We really do have to fight them all again. I love how it still shows our spot on the map as being at the crater of Paldea, by the way. Probably because we haven't actually officially entered the map in a while. But I think we should go back to Zero Gate, don't you? We've got some Pokemon to find. Great Tusk. Bitter Bonnet. Batter Bonnet. Betty bought a batch of Bitter Butter Bonnet. Roaring Moon. I know of one spot where to find Roaring Moon. Because of course I do. Oh, there's Farragaric. Is this bit a bonnet? Brute! That's his name. Brute Bonnet, not bit a bonnet. Catch it. Fuck. I hope this won't kill. Good. I figured Brute Bonnet would be a thick old dude. Oh yeah, let's do some Master Ball. No! Look, bro, just stay in the ball so we can move on. Oh, good, there's another behind us. Several behind us, actually. So we need... I want to fight you, Kirby. Yeah! Critical capture! Alright, 3 more Pokemon. Well, actually, 4 more. 7 more. Jesus Christ! Fuck off! Oh. Hey! That's quite Zwell. Get it? It's Zwell. Yes. Hydreigon. Hydreigon. Alright. We're missing 23. Roaring Moon. That. Him. So, 82 to 87. I'm missing 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 98, and 400. Those are all Pokemon I need. Other than that, it's just evolutions. Like, I gotta evolve my Pupitar, Dracloak, Impidimp, Hatina, Bagon, Larvesta, Mudbray, Silicobra. So let's do Bagon, because that's gonna take a while. Alright, so now it's... A lot of this is gonna be luck if we can find some of the Pokemon. The Magneton, the Salamence, and there's one other and I don't remember who it is. Oh, the Larvesta. Or whatever it's called. I'm killing it for the EXP. Shame I don't get to see what Pokemon are spawning in the area I am. And good luck if you get lost. Aw. I can't picnic spam to spawn new Pokemon in? Lame. Can I picnic out here? No. Alright, so you just can't picnic in this location. I kind of figured I was gonna have to hunt some of these Pokemon on my own anyway. We're still gonna help to find some as we go. So, I'm not giving up. Oh! Another Terra Blast, nice. Wait, did Wild Tusk just disappear? Are you kidding? I wanted to get away from it so I could get it from behind. God dang it. This thing will die to anything we touch it with. Or we just automatically catch it. Let's go. All right, a second Great Tusk. That's everything I need of the Great Tusks. We got a crocodile. Alright, now let's work on Silly Cobra. Or Larvesta, because we found it first. Do you like to run on crystals? Or I guess in your case it would be cycle on crystals. Of course. That poor Doug Trio seems probably stuck. He is weak to water after all. Not what I was expecting right here. Bro. 72. Come on. Come on. No! The power of your fire does not matter here. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ba, 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 ba. Now you might be like, why did you send out Tingatink? Simple. It can terrestrialize into fire and negate its fire attack. Hehehe. Damn, that hit hard. Poor Tinky Winky. I mean, this is a legendary, literally the box legendary, so it's got like, what, a 3% catch rate at its max? We just throw balls until we get that critical capture, right? You can't touch me, bitch, with half of your moveset. In fact, the only thing it can hit us with is, flamethrower. Oh, so close! That is the only move it can touch Skeledirge with. Because Giga Impact is normal. Collision Course is fighting. And then it knows Bulk Up. There you go, that's its full moveset. Come on, dude. Just stay in the damn ball. I don't want to use a Master Ball on this. Master Ball goes for an obnoxious shiny. We're more likely to watch it die from struggling than we are to catch it at this rate. No, come on! It was a triple! Come on. Now we're just throwing any ball at it we can. I don't want to use a level ball. Let's use a Premier. You know what? Let's just be an absolute pro and catch it in a Pokeball. Oh, how amazed would you have been if we caught it with a Pokeball right there? I just call it. Just like, yeah, let's just use a Pokeball or something. You know, no biggie. Oh, come on, you bastard. If we could status it, it would give us maybe another 1.5% to get it. Which probably would have been enough to get it at this point. Here, you want to live a life of luxury, Corey? No. Doesn't want to be a fancy. The only reason I'm using other balls is because we only have 7 more of these. I did save before I started this fight, right? Oh, come on! What a tease! The triple jiggles! Well, just jiggle triple! Come on. I don't even want to think about how many balls we have thrown at this thing at this point. Too many is the answer. People would have been like, just throw the Master Ball. I don't wanna. What if I need it later? You're watching this fight and you're like, yeah, I'm walking in, throwing the Master Ball and leaving. No! I got this. Right now! Fuck! I thought if I yelled at it. Uh-oh. It killed itself. Here's hoping I actually saved before it. I'm about 98% sure I did. There's a 2% chance I didn't and we have to refight Sada. I know I saved before Sada. Cool. Come on, yeet ball! Ah! Okay. Fuck. Yeah, Tink. You hold out. Am I gonna do this entire repeat thing? No. We'll use a Master Ball here in a few turns. Don't worry. Oh! Tink held out! Twice in a row! Ah, but not 3 times. Alright, I'll use a Master Ball. What a bitch. Oh. I mean, y'all have basically seen everything there is to see about this game. The rest is just gonna be me, doing post-game stuff. So, which I'll just do on my own. Oh, I guess? Uh-oh, they're fighting. They're none too happy about being paired up together. But, yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for us with Pokemon Scarlet. I'm sure we'll revisit it for Nintendo's Day at some point. We'll do another playthrough. Unique, fun, you know, whatever. Maybe challenge, maybe not. Maybe I'll do Violet next time. Or maybe not, who knows. But next week, we're gonna do Let's Go Pikachu. So you have that to look forward to. Let's Go Pikachu will be starting next Wednesday. And also, I am slightly changing up our stream schedule this week. In that we are not streaming World of Final Fantasy on Saturday. That's all. That's all I'm changing. But, yeah. That'll be it for us today. So, Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And that's going to be it for Pokemon Scarlet. Until the next time, everybody. Stay funky, people.